If you're a real estate agent, you really need to understand the advantages of an iPhone over an Android or of an Android over an iPhone so you can use them to your advantage. So what are these major differences that you can use? So on the iPhone, it's something called iMessage. If you don't know what iMessage is, it's the blue chat bubbles you get as an iPhone user, which tells you that the other user that's texting you is also an iPhone user. If you get a green message, that means they're on an Android, or they could be a computer or someone sending out spam or scams. So if you are buying leads or getting any sort of cold leads, even organic ones, the iPhone could have a major advantage. It could actually increase your conversion rate because whenever you send out these cold text messages, the user on the other end knows you're a real person. Now in America, if you're a homeowner, you're actually more likely to have an iPhone. So these people that are your potential clients, most of them have iPhones. And so that's a huge advantage, just increasing your conversion rate. So the cost of an iPhone, it's a little more expensive normally, unless you're comparing flagships, which if you're a real estate agent, you really should have a flagship phone. You're going to use that camera quite a bit, whether it's for video, for social media, or whatnot. So definitely consider a really good phone. Now, the Android has a huge advantage if you're not necessarily buying cold leads, but let's say you're keeping up with your database. Let's say you have 200-300 people that you're trying to just keep in touch with to farm them for business in the future. You can mass blast text messages on an Android. You can't do that with an iPhone. You can, but it's really complicated. You have to go in and change your group settings every time you want to do that. And if you mess up, which I've done, and you got to learn from your mistakes, and I messed up bad. I sent out a group message to leads, essentially, and so they started telling me things like, remove me from the groups, can't remove me, and you can't just remove, they're just talking to each other, and it's just getting worse. Every time they say something, it goes to everybody, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But with the Android, you can create different groups, and each group will have its own rule. Like this group is a mass blast group. This group is a group that we're talking to each other as friends. And so that's a huge advantage. The other major advantage with the Android is the ability to schedule texts. If you think of something that you want to send to a client or another agent and it's 10 o'clock at night, you're not really going to send it. It just doesn't make sense. It's outside of business hours. You don't text your clients outside of business hours. But what if it was pretty important? Well, you can schedule it on the Android. You just type your message, change the time, boom. You created it at 10 p.m., but it goes out at 8:03 a.m. or whatever to look a little more realistic. Now, you can do that with the iPhone, but it's extremely convoluted. You got to go through another app called Shortcuts, and you got to do that every time you want to do it, and it's not even worth it. Don't even bother. Just write it down and send them in the morning. So are you guys using Apple? Are you guys using Android? If you comment down below if you know any other advantages of one over the other when it comes to real estate. I know there's other advantages. Let's start the argument. Which one's better? What do you think? And while you're down there, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and follow for more. Let's see what we can do to improve your business.